Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Tuesday, April 11, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money, and if you are interested in props and parlay picks, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link to our Patreon and to our new channel in the description and comments section below. Cincinnati Reds vs Atlanta Braves. Atlanta desperately needed to pick up a win on Monday night after losing all three of its games against San Diego over the weekend. The Braves nearly blew their lead against Cincinnati, but they bounced back with a walk-off homer in the 10th inning. They now have momentum heading into the second game of the series against a Cincinnati pitcher who spent most of last season in the bullpen. Atlanta has the better lineup in this matchup and is thrilled to have Riggs back on the mound. The Braves are 16-5 in their last 21 home games and should win this game by multiple runs. Our team pick is Atlanta minus 1.5 runs. The total has finished under in 8 of Cincinnati's last 12 games played on the road and in 17 of Cincinnati's last 26 overall. In 8 games played, Cincinnati has scored only 35 runs, which is 25th in baseball, and will be facing an Atlanta team that has a team ERA of 3.84, which is 8th best, and holds opponents to an average of .248 at the plate. The total has finished under in 4 of Atlanta's last 5. Seattle Mariners vs Chicago Cubs. That Chicago enters this game as the favorite is surprising. They do not have the advantage in the starting pitching matchup, and their bullpen is a disaster, while the Mariners are getting a solid performance out of their bullpen. The offenses are fairly even when it comes to production, so this is a game that is going to be won by the pitching staffs, and the Mariners have the edge. Flexen has faded the Cubs before and has had a lot of success, but only as a reliever. He has made 3 appearances, allowing 3 hits in 4 innings and giving up 1 run. He has shown he can shut down Chicago and has the added advantage of not facing them since 2019. The element of surprise gives Seattle an even bigger edge. Take the Seattle Mariners. Both pitchers have the capability to slow teams down but not render them useless. This should be a game that is full of opportunities to score, and the team that fails to do so will get the loss. That means that scoring will be available and the over will be reached. The over is 4-0 in the Mariners' last 4 Tuesday games. The over is 5-1 in the Cubs' last 6 overall. Take the over on Tuesday. Chicago White Sox vs Minnesota Twins. Based on Lance Lynn's body of work these first few weeks, especially his last start, it's difficult to have faith in him being competitive in this one, even against a depleted Twins lineup. Meanwhile, Pablo Lopez has been dealing in his first 2 Minnesota starts. When the bullpens factor in, early returns also favor the Twins heavily. Chicago's lineup is doing more damage, but losing their leadoff hitter, Tim Anderson, may slow them down a bit. Minnesota should bounce back and control this game for a nice home victory. Take Twins minus 1.5 runs. I also like the under 7.5 runs here, as I doubt Chicago will be able to score as many runs as they have been, especially with Lopez on the mound. Meanwhile, Minnesota has struggled to score many runs and has been winning games by low scoring. In their first 9 games, not including Monday night, the Twins have gone under 7.5 runs in 6, with 4 being in games they won. Chicago, on the other hand, has only gone under 7.5 runs twice to begin the season, but they are coming off a game in which they lost 1-0 against Johan Oviedo and the Pirates bullpen, who aren't even close to as good as Lopez and the Twins bullpen. I expect Lopez to only allow a run or 2, and this be a 3-1, 4-2 kind of win for Minnesota for the under to cash. Take the under 7.5 runs. St. Louis Cardinals vs Colorado Rockies. The Cleveland Guardians have been a middle-of-the-pack offensive team this year, as they are 19th in MLB, with a .726 team ops, while scoring 4.1 runs per game right now. First baseman C.J. Cron has been doing well at the dish, as he has a .916 ops with 3 home runs, 7 RBI, and 3 runs scored. If they can continue to hit well at Coors Field, they should be a competitive team throughout the season. Kyle Freeland will be on the mound here and is doing pretty well, according to his baseball saving page, as he is in the 83rd percentile in hard hit percentage, 75th percentile in ZERA, 73rd percentile in barrel percentage, and 66th percentile in average exit velocity. He also has a 5-pitch arsenal: sinker, slider, curveball, fastball, changeup, and his curveball has been doing well as hitters are 1 for 11 with 4 strikeouts. Freeland faced the Cardinals twice last season, as he went 0-1 in 10.1 innings and gave up 9 runs on 17 hits, with 2 hit by pitches, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. When looking at the whip, walks and hits allowed per inning of these pitching staffs, it shows a bit of a difference, as Colorado is 24th in the big leagues with a 1.48 whip, while St. Louis is 28th in MLB with a 1.56 whip so far. Miles McCollum has been getting shelled against the Rockies and in 2023 so far, while Kyle Freeland is pitching like an ace pitcher thus far. The Rockies have won 4 of the previous 5 home games against the Cardinals, so go with the Colorado Rockies to win here. When looking at the batting average of balls in play throughout the season, both teams have been doing extremely well, as St. Louis is 3rd with a .343 team BABIP, while Colorado is 8th with a .319 team BABIP. The over has hit in 5 of the last 6 games against one another, so go with over 11 runs in this game. Washington Nationals vs Los Angeles Angels. The Angels are 5-5 to begin the new season. They won their opening series against Oakland to begin the year. They followed it by taking 2 of 3 games from the Mariners on the road. In their latest series, Toronto defeated them twice in a 3-game set at home. In their latest game, the Angels lost 6-4 to the Nationals in Game 1 on Monday night. The Angels could only muster 4 runs, which came in the first 3 innings of the game. Since that moment, the bats went cold. Hunter Renfroe drilled a home run to highlight the game for the Angels. On Tuesday, the always amazing Shohei Ohtani will get the start. The multi-position athlete has started 2 games for the Angels. In his first outing, he went 6 innings and allowed 2 hits and no earned runs against the Athletics. He earned the no decision in that game. In his latest start, he pitched 6 innings and allowed 1 earned run on 3 hits. He has already struck out 18 batters this year. Ohtani has 2 hits on 5 at-bats in the games that he has pitched this season. It is pretty simple: one team has Ohtani, the other does not. Take the Angels simply because Ohtani has shown over and over again that he can shut down teams. He also has the capability to score runs. In his second start of the year, he earned a RBI in a win. The Nationals will start Gray, who has struggled to find form in the early portion of the season. This game should be over quickly. Take the Angels to cover. The Nationals are 4-7 overall this season. They opened the year by losing 2 of 3 to the Braves. They followed it by being swept in 3 games by Tampa Bay. In a 4-game series against the Rockies, the Nationals split a pair on the road versus them. In their latest game, the Nationals defeated the Angels 6-4 on Monday, April 10th. Jamer Candler and C.J. Abrams led the team with 2 RBIs each in the game. Patrick Corbin started the game for the Nationals. He lasted 5 innings and allowed 7 hits and 4 earned runs. Ohtani will either blank or keep the Nationals to 1 or 2 runs. I do not believe that the Angels have enough firepower to throw down at least 7 runs or more in this game. The under is the play, especially for both teams that have not had a night off in quite some time. The under is 9-2 in the Nationals' last 11 interleague road games versus a right-handed starter. The under is 4-1 in the Angels' last 5 Tuesday games. Take the under on Tuesday.